What's up, everybody? It's ET. It's Tuesday, episode 33. We'll be talking about players' actions today. We'll be making actions for the player. And went ahead and added music to the stream, so hopefully that's okay. I read the legal and everything and the wiki and everything. It said as long as I give credit to http://ocremix.org and basically give the credit to the artist, which will always be behind me, I'll able to play as long as I'm not getting this for credit. I mean for profit. So hope it's okay. Alright, here we go. So let's see. Last time we... Alright, so I already got kicked off the stream and I barely just started. So let's just see. Is chat working? Hello world. Hey! Okay. And I'm sorry if it disconnects a lot. It seems I've been getting a lot of disconnects at this time lately. Okay, so yeah, so far what we've done in the game is we're trying to draw with our finger, and so what's happening is we get little snapshots in time for every update loop, and we just try to draw a line between all those things and basically draw it in the sand. And I think we got it. What I don't have is these little green dots, which is basically kind of the crumbs that kind of fall off when you draw. So I don't really know exactly how I want to do that. So we'll come back to that. That's just a detail that's maybe not necessary yet, but it will be, because if you draw enough with your finger, you can basically erase the world, because it's basically, if you think of it as a bucket or as energy, energy is neither created nor destroyed. Right now we are destroying the sand, but we're not creating it back if we dig in the sand, so we gotta kinda like push the sand off to the side somewhere. Anyway, so I might just try to go to the next action, which will be scoop. And scoop will be very similar to finger, except they'll be wider. And then at the end of it, we'll make a little mound, and you'll have collected some sand. So let's see how we can get this working. Alright, well first let's just get Unity going. Alright, it's loading up, doing its thing. Just gotta bake all those maps. Awesome. So let's see, if we hit play, we should be able to run around and do stuff. Alright, so here we go. It looks good. So here are our actions. If we tab, we can draw with our finger. And so it's still, gosh, this part just drives me crazy. It's still very jagged. Like if I zoom in, like there's still lines and stuff. And that's because if I make it big, I'll really kind of emphasize the problem here, and that we can look at later. So if I go to player, no, it's terrain, right? Terrain, dig size, 20, and dig rate 0.1. If I kind of draw, you can see all these update loops, like there's a little problem with the circle itself. Now, one thing I can do is kind of maybe half the rate and forget subtracting all that stuff. It might make it look smoother. So let's just do that, just because I'm not very happy with the results right now. To do that, we're going to go to our scripts. Oh, just these terrain actions. And now that I'm here, I'm thinking that maybe dig rate and dig size don't belong to be specified in terrain actions. It probably should be better if I do it on player actions, so that player action says, hey, I'm digging just one, or hey, I'm digging my whole hand of 5. So yeah, these are things I gotta think about. Oh, 100%. So much loading, yet I'm still animated a little bit. So very good. Alright. So this is my terrain action script. One of the things we were doing is for the when you have two spots, like update loop 1, update loop 2, and then what we did was draw the line in between update loop 1 and 2, and we drew the line around the whole thing. What I'm going to do instead is, instead of subtracting this out and basically not drawing here because I didn't really I wanted that line smooth, I think if I add it, it'll be better in some way. I don't exactly know what I'm trying to say. Oh, wait, I might have a solution to kind of smooth this out. Maybe. If I made this a float, which means I'll have to make you a float, but then if I did this as 0.5 f, then 0.5 f, so everything outside the two lines will be halfway in and out, and then everything within that. So let's see if that works at all, or if I'm just being goofy. Let me get a really big brush and see what happens. Yeah, it kind of digs too far in. So what if I did this by half? And find a nice flat piece of land. Here we go. Definitely looks better, right? Especially with the big thing. But you see, yeah, what happens is if I go really slow, I get that really deep dig, which might be a good thing. But it's still jaggedy. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. One biot. This is here, the script's loading now. Alright, here we go. Let's find another flat piece of land. I mean, it's smoother for sure. But when and let me just take off this texture for right now. How do I do that? If I go onto terrain, where's my textures? This thing, this paintbrush probably, yeah. What if I just said edit textures, remove this texture? Oh yeah, now we can really see the ugliness of my brush, or the prettiness of my brush. See, but you can tell it needs some work. I don't need it all bumpy like it's going. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Like, this is more realistic though, right? If I made sand like that. Sorry, let's do the 1. The 1's what really matters. So if I go really slow, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I wish it was smoother. That's all I can say. Let me flatten the terrain too. Yeah. Hey Bobby, what's up, dude? Just working on some player action, seeing if I can get this to draw smoothly. And it's not looking too good. I need to figure out what's going on. Alright, so that looks good. I think I gotta accept it for now. I gotta move on because I can't just sit here and try to figure out this code. The good thing is we have at least a format of how the code's gonna work. So because of that, I think we can just put the fix in that format, like where I say dig. Once we figure out the fix, we should be able to just put it right in there. But we do have to kind of reformat things that have a different dig rate and the dig size to be the right thing. So like I think instead of here on the terrain actions, I'm not going to do it here in the terrain actions. I'm going to do it here in the player actions, and then we'll have like different things there. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. Bobby says, chillin', man. That's good, man. I'm glad you're doing your thing, dude. Alright. So, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Alright, so we got the finger. So let's do the scoop. The scooping of the sand. So, we got to make a fix here. So we will do that eventually. And we'll get these green dots there eventually. But let's do the scoop part where it's kind of just, where you scoop in the main part of it. And so that's going to be a little bit bigger brush. So instead of a 1 brush, we're going to make it a 5 brush, and it's going to be all 5 fingers. But it won't look like that. It'll just have a nice like circle. Anyway, okay. So here we go. These two things, I don't want them here. I really want them on the player action, right? And so here we have player actions. We have some public stuff. So we're going to have dig rate. And so instead of dig rate, we're going to call this finger dig rate, finger dig size, and then we're also going to have scoop dig rate, and so instead of 1 we can make this yeah, it could be the same, and then public int scoop dig size, and we can make that like 5. So you're going to be 1 and you're going to be 5. So that's kind of my defaults for that. And I don't know if I should do it like that or like this. Maybe like this is fine. Okay, so we got dig size, dig rates for both finger and scoop. And since we're here, let's go ahead and do public float smooth. What did we call it? Pat, maybe? I like the word pat. I don't know. So like if you're patting down the sand, do you want to call it smooth? Or do you want to call it pat? I don't know. Bobby, if you have a suggestion, dude, if you're like on the sand and like you have this really rough surface and you kind of want to make it smooth, would you call it like smooth or would you call it pat? Like, cause you gotta kind of pat it. I don't know. For now, I'll just call it smooth, unless I get a different response. Smooth dig size equals, I'm gonna say maybe even a little bigger than the dig size, the scoop. And then also we can do the public int smooth padding. Smooth padding, that's 2 words and has an H on it. I don't like it at all. Alright. Yeah, dig rate equals, I guess I'll just keep it the same. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with this one. I'm just going to call it smooth for now. And this is not an int. Wait, yeah, I screwed that up. So this is the int, and this is the float. Sweet! Alright, so we got the finger, we got the scoop, we got the smooth. What's next? So we got the rates now. And they should be public, so if I go out here into the world, this player script's going to update, and we're going to have all sorts of different rates for everything. Okay, so because that is the case, we're going to have to actually pass these things when we do it. So when we do sand finger handler, we're going to need the position, we're going to need the dig size, thinking, 1 second. So what I'm trying to figure out is whether the terrain should know about, so it doesn't need to know these things. Should it really know about last position and stuff, or should I just do all this lift finger and stuff on the player side and not even worry about it? because last position is actually just something that we're kind of passing in. Kind of. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. I think I like last position being here because you got to really know the point on the terrain, and the point on terrain is, yeah. All right, all right, all right. So I like sand action complete handler, and that can just be for everything. Oops, player action. Instead of lift finger, we can just say finish action handler or something. But anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Here we go. So we're gonna make a new delegate, and it's gonna be the, let's just do the scooping one. Scoop finger. Scoop finger. No, scoop handler. And oh, I didn't finish what I was doing on the other one. Int dig size, float, dig rate. So we got dig size and dig rate, and we're just gonna kind of copy and paste that. Dig size, dig rate, and then this is gonna be the scoop handler. And we might as well have the smooth handler. So look, I don't really have to make a separate delegate for each one of these actions. And maybe it's not a good idea, but I just really like the what is it? The strictness of this. So basically, if there's any kind of confusion or anything like that, compiler, no, the compiler or the whatever, the IDE will pick it up and tell me there's an error when I try to do something just a little bit wrong. So I do like it more strict than free. So that's why I'm not like generalizing or abstracting here. I'm like really saying, hey, this is the delegate, this is this, and this is this, and this is this. So yeah, I do like it for later, for when I have to debug. Okay, so we got sand finger, scoop, smooth. I think I was also going to do a grab action, right? Oh, actually I have all the actions right here. Finger, scoop. Let's call this smooth. Smooth and grab. Finger, scoop, smooth, and grab. And then let's go ahead and just say grab handler. This one I probably won't use dig anything. It'll have a whole different connotation here. Alright, so cool. And then this lift finger handler I will probably do a little bit differently. Alright. Alright. So what am I doing? We're doing scoop. So we got scoop sizes. Oh, let's go ahead and finish doing this other stuff. Passing the dig size and the dig rate. So to do that, we got here, we got dig, let's do finger, dig size, finger, dig rate. Awesome. And so now that we're actually passing that, if we go to, let's go to our, where's our terrain? Terrain actions. Now all this is kind of wrong because we need to do finger draw. And then we're going to have an int dig size and an int float dig rate. Sweet. And then hopefully with that being said, I can delete those two. And it doesn't like something. Right in sand. Oh, yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. So I just put in those variables, and these variables will just be passed here. I'm not really quite sure why we're doing that, but I'm sure there's a reason, and I don't know what it is yet. Alright, so cool. We got here, dig size, dig rate, and we just pass that into this function, and this function does everything for us. That looks fine to me for now. So if I hit play, actually I'm going to just restart the whole scene. I took away the texture off the plane because I just needed to know how everything was looking when I write in it. So I am trying to draw and it's not letting me draw, so something might be going wrong. So let's see what's happening. Yeah, what could be happening? We don't really have any kind of debug set up here. So okay, input first person should be, this should be happening, and then this should be happening because on sand action perform action, depending on what I have selected. So on sand finger, should have here. Oh, maybe my rate is way too low. Maybe this 0.1 is too low. Maybe it's supposed to be like something like this, I think. I wonder if I could just reset that component. So if I go to my player actions and what did I hit? Edit script. I wanted to see if I can just reset this component. Nice. So it resets it all to those variables. And if I play, tab it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can still draw. That's all I wanted to test, that we can still draw. Let's go see our... These are shells that Keyard gave me. Yeah, man. Pretty cool. I should be able to draw around them. Alright, good. So, okay, we got the finger. Let's do the scoop now. So we're going to say, hey, action is now... let's go ahead and make you public, right? Public, player action, finger. See, now if I do that, if I go to player actions, gosh, you know, it'd be even better if we just put this at the top. So let's go ahead and put that at the top. So I want you to be up here. And... Alright, here we go. Here we go. Now you can see I have player actions here at the top. So finger, scoop, smooth, grab. So now I can do scoop, and then I can hit play. Let's see. So right now scoop should do nothing, right? Because down here in our script we don't have anything. For now. No, let's not. I was going to say something and I'm already regretting it, so I'm not going to even do it. Alright, so we got scoops. What happens if you scoop? We're going to launch an event. So we have on sand finger. We also have on scoop. On scoop. Hey, and on scoop's going to be a scoop handler. Scoop to poop. Let's see. Smooth. Smooth handler. Smooth. Might as well just get all these out of the way. And what's the other action? Grab. Grab handler. On grab. Nice. Alright, so we got these actions. On sand finger, on scoop, on smooth, on grab. Yep, this sounds good. Terrain dig, no. Let's start closing some of this stuff out. I don't need this script right now. Input first person, I think I'm done. These two are my scripts I need to work on. Okay, so we have player actions on sand finger. We also need on scoop. And for now, I'll just say, yeah. Player actions dot on smooth plus equals something. For now, everything's just be right in sand until I can figure out what I really want to do. Now let's go ahead and copy this line, and then finally on grab, and that's going to be a whole different function. So can I just add null to this? It's going to yell at me? No. So anyway, we really got to do something there, but I won't actually do it. And actually, you don't grab anything here. Right? That's not what you do. Alright, Bobby. Yeah, man, sorry. Talking all code. Not fun at all, I guess. Yeah, dude. See you later, man. Alright, let's see. Sand finger, right in sand, scoop, right in... Okay, so let's go ahead and make a new function for scoop. Scoop, scoopa, scoopa. Smooth. Scoop and smooth. Here we go. What if I just told my thing to do it for me? Would you? Would you do it for me? Alright. Scoop. Smooth. Awesome. Wait, where's my cursor? Man, I lost my cursor. There we go. Alright, so we got scoop and smooth. I'm going to move this to the bottom of my code. Wherever it may be. Oh my gosh, I have so many lines of code. Yep. Alright, I think I'm gonna put you above this stuff though. Alright, cool. So I almost just want to say finger draw. Would that be okay? And just ignore this whole function for now? Alright, good deal. Alright, so I'm gonna do the lift finger at the end of all of this. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got finger draw, scoop, smooth. I might just even name this finger. Like, what are you talking about, finger? And I know what I'm talking about. I have a drinking problem. You can't drink right. I spill. See? I spill. What's up, Sixth Synth? How's it going, dude? Alright, so we got these 4 actions. Good. Let's go ahead and unsubscribe from these actions when we're done with them. Good coding practice. I'm doing great, man. I am just coding. I mean, I say I'm great. I just had a rough couple days at work, but I mean, I'm here now and I'm coding and I'm doing what I like, so I'm much better now than I was, I guess, earlier today. Alright, so, finger does a lot of crap right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all this code for now, because Scoop is going to do something very similar, but not quite. And this is way too long of a function, I think. Yeah, I better just name it position. Kind of just refactoring, and that just basically means kind of reorganizing my code so that makes more sense for me in the future, which may not be so important to you right now, but like when it comes to big projects and coding, like you really need to make sure everything's in a nice, like, little functions and little things that can be moved around, and you know, it's having something really long like this, this whole function on my screen right now, it's a little overwhelming, right? Like now, if I really wanted to change a piece of this code, I have to like read every one of these lines until I understand, like, hey, this is what I need to change, you know? So, yeah. It's always good to have little chunks, not big, burly chunks. Okay, so we got point on terrain. Yeah, so alright, so this is finger. I can kind of minimize this for now. I'm not dealing with that right now. Alright, so smooth. What is smooth going to do here? Smooth is going to get a point on the terrain. Yep, it's going to check if your mouse moved a certain threshold. That's great. If you haven't done anything with last position, if it's 0, then go ahead and start putting it on the terrain. Okay, let's keep going. Point on height map. Alright, so you definitely need to get the point on height map and the last point on height map. So that's a given. Okay, radius and the radius int, so that's the radius of the circle that we're using to draw everything. Yep, min max, that's good. X, Y, heights, so all this is good. And even this is fine. I'm still not convinced here. So now that we're kind of seeing that, hey, most of this is reused code, maybe we need to start making more functions and figuring out how to use this code. So like, okay, let's see. Oh, Sixth Sense says internet was being dumb. What do you mean, man? Oh, so, yeah, I said I was doing okay. Said work was kind of crappy, but I'm fine. And I'm doing much better now that I'm here, just programming and, you know, listening to music and stuff. Oh, okay. So I got point on terrain. All right, so that's cool. Let's see. Threshold is 0.1. So I know this is like almost ridiculously stupid, but I'm gonna make this its own method, and we can just call it has mouse moved outside of threshold. Oh gosh, that's a horrible name for a function. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I even like that. I'm just undo all that. Alright, maybe I'm just gonna have to live with that. Alright, so I did refactor those two, so those are small. Radius seems fine. Radius int is not as good looking. Like, I kind of want to just redo this and just say get boundaries, I guess. Undo. I want all of that. All of this, control. Oh, it needs to keep that there. Well, shoot. I'm just trying to reformat this code so I don't have to, like, for every function I don't have to worry about doing a whole bunch of stuff. I guess I can do it this way. I mean, I don't know if I like this out min, out max, but hey. Because I use it later and I see that's why they're doing it. This is what I could do. I can say vector to max, and we just move that here, and we can just say get min boundary, and we can just say get max boundary, get max boundary, and that can kind of just delete that. Alright, cool. And so this is XY with height, and that's how we get heights. So I can almost just say do we use X and Y? I don't think we use X and Y. I think that was a mistake down here somewhere. X. Do we use X anymore? X gets used there. Oh, we do use X again. I see. Okay, so we do use X, we do use Y. So X and Y, let's just refactor this then. Get heights. Get height map. Array. We don't have to say array. Get height map. Okay, so we got min, max, XY. Awesome. I'm just trying to get this more readable. It's not that great though. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. Is mouse outside threshold. I don't know. I can't think of a good word here. Is next action outside threshold? Yeah, that looks fine. And then I really want to pass that float threshold. And then if I go down to threshold, yeah, I don't know how this is organizing everything. Oh yeah, here we go. And this could be float threshold, threshold. And for now, that's cool. is I don't know. Is there a last position? Oh, I don't know what I was doing. Alright. Is next action outside threshold? I almost want to just say this one first. Almost even up here. Because we don't even need to know anything to do that one first. Is there a last position? Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Is there a last position? If not, oh, okay, so if last position equals vector2, 0, go ahead and say last position equals, oh, what did I do? Crap, do I have to do point on terrain? And if that's the case, that sucks, because I totally screwed that code up. Alright. So you are definitely first. Point on terrain. Let's go down here. It's not the best refactoring, and I don't like it anymore, but whatever. Vector2 point on terrain. Alright, cool. So point on terrain, last position equals vector2. Then you can just say, hey, if you're equal to 0, which I really want this more to be negative infinity. So to do vector, well, since now that we're not even really looking, to do specify vector 2 dot negative infinity. I'm gonna make that extension function or property. Okay, so point on the terrain and return true or false. This one's gonna be return false. But now we do. Like after this one we should. Else return true. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's good. That's good. That's looking good. So, is there a last point on terrain? Okay. And then is next action outside a threshold, and then threshold being 0.1. Okay, cool. Then you get a point on the height map, you get a last point on the height map, you get some radiuses, you get some min, max, x, y, heights. That looks pretty good. Whew. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Number of columns, number of rows, center 1, center 2, a mask. All of this right now. Get mask. Alright, so we got dig size. Oh yeah, dig size was passed in. Radius, number of columns, number of rows, center 1, center 2. Okay. Update height. Oh, modify height. Ooh, I love it. Modify heights. Modify height map. Boom, 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 boom. Oh shoot, yeah. Let's not do that. Why was that static? I'm trying to figure that out. I don't think I want to know, so I won't ask. Heights. Heights is okay. Let me just redo. Heights, numbers of column, number of row, and mask. Yeah, all that should have been local. Dig rate. Dig rate should have been a float right here locally, so I don't know why you made it static. Well, this is what I'll do. I'll say modify height, and I'm going to try to delete the static from here. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But this is what I'll do. I will just return this float. And I know you're like, but you're not returning anything. Return heights. Okay, sorry. Alright, return heights. That's what I'm gonna do. But you like kind of passed it in, so I don't know if that's even necessary. But if you really wanted to, like, I don't know, just kind of see what it's doing in the code, you can kind of do that. It's gonna add a little more than it's supposed to, so I don't know if you really want to do that. Alright, terrain data, set heights, and then last position on the terrain. Awesome. So okay, this is, now we at least made it so that it fits on a screen here. So my function now is this, which is much better than 2 or 3 pages of this. But now I have a whole bunch of like private functions down here that we'll have to visit again if we get lost somewhere, which should be the way it works, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna move some of this stuff up. Up to here. And honestly, I don't know what that means. Why do I use that word, honestly, when it has nothing to do with what I'm saying? Okay, here I am going to just paste that code. So okay, Scoop and Finger now have the same code, which is fine. Now, just to see if any of this works, let's go ahead and go to this Unity. I'm going to go ahead and just stop it and restart it. Stop, restart. Can you be Finger again? Just because I want to see if you still work. Here we go. Yep, you're completely broken. Good to know. Good to know. So why is this completely broken? Let me find out. Okay, so Finger we are still subscribed to this function right here. So this is the Finger function. Does the point on terrain, is there a last point on terrain? Alright, well first let's just see if you ever get here. Debug.log. Made it! Actually, I should install like the Unity Visual Studio tools, and I can do breakpoints and stuff in here. We'll look into that. Yep, you're not even making it to that function, so I know that's a problem. Alright, so you can make it to that function. So you make it here, but you're getting stopped on one of these. No problem. Is there a last position point on terrain? Is there a last position? Let's find out. Let's find out. Is there a last position? You'll return false if last position equals vector 0. But you'll go ahead and specify it and then say false, and then otherwise you will return true. Okay, that makes sense. Is there a next action outside of threshold? So maybe this is where I'm getting lost. Oh, last position and point on terrain. Point on terrain. Should be passing that in, right? That shouldn't be something where. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I need to. Let's go ahead and make that local. Vector 2, point on terrain. I am definitely treating it like a local variable, so I should definitely go ahead and do that. Point. I think I passed both things, right? No, last position is truly a member value. Okay, member variable. Point on terrain is that. So, yep, I totally screwed up that function. That's okay. Yep, same thing here. Vector 2, point on terrain. I think I made it first. And let's go see. Is this? Yeah, so vector 2, point on terrain, float. Okay, let's see here. So you're making it to that function. I think you're making it to this function too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, you're not making it to that function. Interesting. Interesting. So it's actually losing it here. Let's see, let's see. Okay, so this function is blocking us, and I don't know exactly why. Position, terrain. So I am just gonna print out in the inspector what the point on terrain is. So give it a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, here we go. So it's definitely not a 0 variable. That's good. So what am I screwing up here? Point on terrain. Is there a point on terrain? Yeah. So last position, right? So this I'll find it. Is there a last point on terrain? Vector 2, point on terrain. Oh. Yeah, that's okay. So if last position equals vector.0, that's a no-no. Go ahead and make it equal to point on terrain, which we know is definitely not vector 2.0, and return false. Nothing else should be setting it to 0, right? Right, so now last position should be, oh, and it's public too, so I should be able to just see it, right? So, it's on terrain. If I hit play, this should be updating with my character. Okay. It only updates once. And now that it's not 0, you should return true, right? And that would be great. Oh, wait. I flipped it. That's what's going on. So you should return true. And you should return false. And then I gotta somehow rename you. Is last position empty? There we go. Phew! Okay, that makes more sense. So is last position empty? Point on terrain. So that will fix my code, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Alright, so now we can draw again. Hi. Okay. Good to know. Hmm. I think that's good. I think the finger tool is working fine now. Let's go ahead and try let's try switching between the two. So let's get to an empty area. If I go to player, right now I will be on what? Oh, I'm on scoop. So if I do finger, I should just draw like a little line. And then when I'm on scoop, it should be a bigger line. I really can't tell. It looks the same to me. So something might be wrong, something might be right, who knows. So let's go to player actions, yep. Oh, we're just passing in finger. So on scoop, let's do scoop. Scoop, dig size, and scoop, dig rate. Excellent. I'll scooch up a little bit, and we'll just draw here. So finger, again, should be just something small. And then scoop should be a bigger. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's much better. So you can see that this wider than this one. This one's just drawing in the sand with your finger. This one's scooping with your whole hand. And so you can just keep digging. And digging and digging. And okay, the plan now is to build a little mound where you let go. So I can definitely try that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess right here is the optimal spot. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, for sure. Alright, cool. I am definitely going to try. Okay. Thinking. So got finger, got scoop. On scoop, we need a little mound. That mound, it'd really be nice to keep track of how much sand we're digging. But how would we do that? Yeesh, I'm getting kind of deep here. Alright, terrain action. Alright, so if terrain action is modifying the terrain up and down, who keeps track of the sand? The amount of sand. Should it be terrain or should it be player? I don't think it should be player. It should definitely be terrain, right? So terrain knows, hey, if I'm modifying sand down here, I'll have like a reserve, right? How much sand was taken away from me. Or basically... Interesting. So for now, it's going to be kind of weird, but the terrain's going to keep track of everybody. Sure, an array list of player actions, right? And so this array list is going to be reserve, sand reserve. And let's just go ahead and make it a new array list of player actions. So it's indexed by player actions, so it's got to have a script. Oops, forgot the little. And it's still like, hey, you really should implement. What do you want from me? If you really want me to include something, I'm just going to use list instead of array list. and I'm gonna say use it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we have a list of player actions, and it's gonna keep sand reserves. So when you're digging, for that player action script that was used, go ahead and keep that sand reserve. I don't know. I think this is going to cause just more trouble if I... Yeah, I'll do it on player first. I'm thinking I'm going to go back to... I'm thinking I'm going to go back to terrain on this, but I'll keep it on player right now just so that it's not so much crazy code. I think I want the mouse position on lift up. So hey, I need on you, on input first person, give me your reference. See right now on sand action complete, I don't have anything. I think I really do want the vector 3 position. And if I'm going to get the vector 3 position, I think I really want... yeah, let's just do this code again for now. Okay. There we go. So we got raycast hit. Yep, that looks good. So instead of on sand action, we're going to do on sand action completes. And now we got a hit point. And so finish action doesn't take that. I am just renaming the stuff so it's not crazy. Okay. I think I'm gonna say on scoop finish. On scoop finish this and position. And I noticed that there is no whatever I'm trying to say, right? On scoop. On scoop finish. Finish. And so this is going to be kind of in this guy's realm. Scoop finish handler. And so we got player action, and we also get a vector 3 position. I think that's good. So we got on scoop finish, right? And then hopefully down here, on scoop finish. I thought that's what this was. Oh, I see. I didn't make it the on scoop finish handler. Alright, there we go. And that should fix that. Okay, cool. So now you're launching that event. Hey, when you finish your scoop, this is where you finished. And then terrain action is going to subscribe to it. Like I said, this is probably not the way I'm going to actually finish this up, but this is how I'm going to do it. On scoop finish, scoop finish. What about that, right? And I got to make a function for that. And then I can unsubscribe from that too. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and make a method for this. Alright, on scoop finish. Let's go ahead and push you down somewhere else. So here's finger. And it's smooth. Oh, that's smooth? I was hoping that would... oh, that's not smooth. Yeah, that is smooth. Shite. I screwed something up. Where's scoop? Here's scoop. Oh gosh. I'm so confused now. Is scoop on smooth? What? What? I am confused. Oh my gosh. What happened here? Alright, so Scoop is not doing anything. Smooth is not doing anything right now. Scoop should be doing this. I hate to do this. I'm pasting the same code over and over again. This is ripe for refactoring, but just not there yet. Okay. Right now, I just want to plop a whole bunch of sand down. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to find the reserves first on this. Oh, we still need the reserves, huh? Ish. My goodness. This little mound at the end of the scoop is just killing me. But that's why we're here. That's why we're doing everything. Oh, I didn't even put my timer on. Man, where's Keyard? He always tells me to put on my timer. So I don't know how long I've been doing this. I think I've started about 5-ish, maybe a little later, like 5:15. So it's been about an hour. So we'll just we'll go ahead and see if we can finish the scoop, and then I'll be done. Okay. Yum, 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 yum. How do I want to do this? How do I want to... I don't know. I think I'm still going to do the reserves here. As bad as that is. Alright, so public. No, I can't do it here because I need some way to collect it. Well, okay, this is really going to be bad. It'd be better if it's an int though, right? Or a float. Yeah, a float's fine. Alright, a float. A float's called reserves. It's going to equal 0. Or yeah, you got that. So when you're digging with the scoop tool, what it's going to do reserves equal get reserves, and it's just gonna kinda do exactly what you're doing. So get reserves and modify height are gonna be very similar. So where's my modify height? Here we go. So you and you are going to be very similar. Except I'm not going to make you. I'm going to make you that. All right. So we got float, dig rate, float. So here we go. Float reserves equals 0. So you're going to get row 0, yep. Height column. So instead of this, we're just going to say, hey, reserves plus equal dig rate times mass column. So that should tell you how much you're digging, right? And then we can just return that reserves. So did we use this? Yes. Did we use heights? Oh, actually we didn't even use heights, so we can get rid of that. But we did use the mask. Okay, good to know, good to know. Awesome, so we got reserves. Here we go. Honestly, could probably just pass these two things in and just use those functions already built in. So if I go to here, get reserves, here we go, int number of, shoot, I did it the wrong way. Int number of columns will be this one, and then int number of rows will equal this one. This will be, oops, yeah, you're cool with 0. Can't get it. And you're better with 1. And then you'll be rows, not rows, mask, and your mask. Okay, cool. What do you want? Yep, don't worry about it, because I'm deleting all of that. Cool. Number of columns, number of rows, and then there's the magic. Alright, so we got reserves. That's working fine. So you have this reserves private variable. So get reserves is basically, hey, everything you've done. Cool, here. Okay, so what is next? What do we do here? We. Alright, so I'm thinking, on scoop finish, I think I'm going to keep the same radius for now, so it's going to just build this little circle, I guess, of just sand. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just build this until... yeah. Just fill in these circles until you finally get... It's going to look ugly right now. I'm not going to lie. We don't have to do any of these checks because we are truly just finishing up. So that's okay. We definitely want to get the point on height map. We definitely want to get... we don't need the last point on... But we do want the radius. I think we're just going to have to hard code this for now. What's the radius? I'm going to just say 5. That's the scoop size, right? And then... Okay. So boundaries. Boundaries is going to be a little different this time because we don't have any of this, right? So I really think it's just going to be... How am I getting boundaries now? Get boundaries, get boundaries. Here we go. It's just you get the min, minus. So really now we know you're the min and the max. So you don't have to do all that. So you're going to just get the boundaries is now going to be point height map. And then radius. Yeah, like that. Oh. Minus radius. Yeah, I'll figure this out. Let's just go. Vector 2. You're going to be point on height map minus radius. I know I said that, but you got to have X. And same thing with the Y. Radius int. Or just radius, right? Yeah, I think that's okay. Plus radius. I think I'm still handling floats at this point. Okay, so we got a min and a max. Cool. And then we just do the same thing for the max. Oh, these should both be minus. These two have to be pluses. And that's going to be X, and these are going to be Y's. Y. Yep, Y is perfect. Y is what I want. Alright, cool. So we got the min and the max. Area that we're adjusting. And so we're going to do math floor, get the heights. Yeah, that's cool. and they'll figure out the width and all that for me. Number of columns, number of rows, awesome. We don't have 2 centers anymore, we have just the one, and we already have it, I think. I think if we do one without the centers, that could be a possible one. Yep, I don't know what just happened there. I think I gotta make a new function though. And the dig size will actually just be geez, radius times 2. I think so, right? Okay. And then oof, yeah, I don't know. Let me just keep it all the same for right now. Alright, let's not even make it circular. There is no mask. Oh, you need a mask though. Crap. Okay, this is truly just like a modified terrain script, so I just gotta figure it out. We don't need any of that. Point on terrain, point on height map. Radius int. We got a min and the max. Okay, thinking. 622. Alright. I'm losing a lot of stuff here. Like my brain, far and foremost. Okay, so all I want to do is we have this reserves. I just want to start dumping these reserves right into the height map. So we got the height map. I'm going to go ahead and even make a fake dig rate for now. Place rate equals 0.01, I guess. Kind of the same rate it was. And then look, while reserves is greater than 0, yeah, let's go ahead and just say minus place rate. So you got reserves minus place rate. So reserves is going to be how much sand you have left. Place rate's how much you can place at a time. And then we're going to do that check again in this for loop. So we're going to have for oh, I guess we do need number of columns and number of rows, so that's okay. We can do that here. Int number of columns equals heights dot get length 0, and then int number of rows equals heights dot get length 1. And then we just say for int row equals 0, row less than number of rows, row plus plus. And then we just do the same here for the column. I know I didn't name you first, so you don't know that it exists yet. Column, and let's just say column is less than number of columns. Perfect. If the same thing that we're checking here, go ahead and say, what's it, heights, column, row. Now we're adding sand to this, right? Plus equals place rate. Else? No, I guess I can't do the else here. And then basically just iterate through the whole thing until you get all of that. And that is me actually modifying that whole thing right there. Hopefully that works. And I don't do anything with last position. Handle the edge cases, yeah, definitely need to do that. Okay, Lord, will that work? Only one way to find out. Test, test, test. Alright, so scoop. Basically at the end of the scoop I should get some kind of weird block or something, I guess. Nothing's happening. Oh, last position's not being reset, so definitely need to do that. Didn't think I needed to do that, but totes need to. Alright, do I see reserves? No. It's on terrain. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, reserves isn't being updated. That might be a problem. Get reserves. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see, reserves equals. I need the plus equals. I think that's what I need to do. I think. Our reserves is still not being updated, so let's figure out what's going on. So reserves is getting reserves. I hit F12 on this guy. Alright, so reserves equals 0. Number of columns, number of rows, that makes sense. Row, number of rows, columns, that's kind of what we just did below. Reserves plus equals dig rate times mask. So as long as dig rate and mask are not completely zeroed, we should get something here. And we really should, right? Because we already got the mask. Reserves. Get reserves. Gosh, you know what'd be nice? Unity Visual Studio plugin. Should I just do it? Should I just install it? I already forgot how to do it though, so I'm gonna use Google to figure out how to do it. Install Unity VS. How do I do that? I think I already got the plugin, maybe. Let's just go ahead and get it again, just in case I don't have it. Oops, I just saw that there's a 2015 tool. Give me this one, please. Thank y'all. Oh, I must have downloaded it already. Good, because that one's taking forever. It's called VS2. VS2 2015. Yes. Oh, I downloaded it the 1st of this month. Yes, please install this. What else am I doing? Yep, just making sure. Here we go. Yep. Pop out any chats that I need. Yeesh. Yeah, do I need to save anything? Everything looks good. Okay. So I definitely got it. Now what do I do? Do I have to restart this? Maybe. Let me just save it. Save the scene anyway, just in case. Alright, I'm pretty sure that installed. Maybe I gotta do something up in here. Like preferences, external tools. Let me just close this out. Okay, so yeah. So I go to Unity. So when you have the project up, right-click on the assets on the project pane. From this menu, click on Import Packages. You'll see Import Packages. Okay, so there should be something I can import into my project. What are you here? Import Package, Visual Studio 2015 tools. Yes, please. Pretty cool. So maybe, alright, let me just see if there's anything else on that website it's telling me to do. Okay, when you open up a script file, Visual Studio is now the default editor. You'll get all the IntelliSense, blah blah blah. One thing that you'll notice is so now I should see attached to Unity and Visual Studio, and that should be it. Let's see if that's it. So if I open up a script now, I know I'm working pretty hard on terrain actions. Yes, I see that it says attached to something as opposed to run. Attached to Unity, perfect. So really I wanted to do all this just because when I go scoop finish and I'm trying to figure out this whole reserves thing, kind of want to do just a breakpoint here, and I say attached to Unity. What would happen? Did we stop here? No, I think I gotta go just hit play now. Where'd it go? It's like not even launching if the breakpoints is legit. I don't think it's even launching this function. Oh, cause it's, wait, what? This one should definitely be launching. Scoop. Yeah, that should be one that's launching, I think. Let's check. Let's check player actions. Player actions, you better be launching Scoop. Nope, you're not. And that explains everything. So I'm doing all of this, but I'm not actually doing the Scoop action. On Scoop. Okay, so that explains one thing. You're not doing what I'm asking you to do. Oh, because you're playing. Stop, please. Scoop. On Scoop. On Scoop finish. Yeah. So those are okay. I think I tried to stop it there. I think I gotta reattach it to Unity before this breakpoint kicks in. And that should be working. But I really want to just kind of step through this code if possible. Let's go Unity. I'm gonna stop this. Alright, Unity. You're all sorts of stuck now, I see. Let's start closing some stuff out. I didn't even use stopwatch this time, so I'll just leave it up. No, it's gone, so now the timer's gone, which is okay. I'm gonna close YouTube for now. Okay, I see you. You've been stuck on trying to get off of play for a while now, so I'm gonna just close you, even if we have to force do it. Oh gosh, this is gonna screw up all my comp stats for a second, but I gotta close this out. There we go. Cool. Let's figure out what happened there, and then I'm gonna go, because I'm getting tired and hungry, as I do very often at this time of night. But it's okay, because I'll be back later, like in 2 days. Okay, I'm gonna hit play on this. This looks fine. This looks good. If I scoop, I scoop. But then when I let go, oh, something's happening at this point. Okay, but nothing really happened. I think it's trying to break Visual Studio, but Visual Studio is closed or something right now. So something's up. I'm gonna go ahead and quit this one more time. I think I understand now. I think I understand. So it's definitely breaking, literally breaking, when it's supposed to be broken, when I have the break line. But I don't have Visual Studio up, so that's the problem. So let's go ahead and make sure Visual Studio is up and running. And might as well just be at the break line. Exactly. Hit play. Let's just scoop here. Alright, so now it's freaking out. Oh, I didn't attach it to Unity either. Maybe I can hurry up and do that. Did I get it? Did you see it? No, you didn't see it. Let's close this one more time. Sorry, Unity. Sorry for breaking you so many times. There might be a small chance that I'm supposed to restart between this install, since it's something pretty serious. Let's see. I have attached to Unity. Oh, attached to Unity and play. Might be even better. I don't know why that's not the default option. Bam! Oh, awesome. Now we are break line and all sorts of stuff. So I wonder if I can use the same controls. Oh, I already forgot all my controls. F11, right? No, F10 is the step just over. Awesome. F10, F10. Oh, look at all that. All my code's running in beautifulness. Oh, wait. Oh, I see reserves is not, 0. Interesting. I'm actually interested just to stop this, and how do I continue on? Continue. Oh, come on. Continue, please. It'd be wonderful if you could continue. Can I break you again then? Can I pause you? Can I stop you? Oh man, this just might be bad news for me. Just because, like, if you look here, it just keeps saying not responding every time I screw something up. Lordy, lordy. I hate to, like, quit Unity like this every time. I mean, it doesn't take too much time to come back up. Alright, so I don't have any breakpoints or anything, so it should be running just fine. Oh, unless this is like a code error. Like I'm getting stuck in an infinite loop, which is very possible. Alright, that's what I gotta look at. Am I really getting stuck, or am I getting stuck in this infinite loop that will never go away? Reserves minus place rate. Oh, you know what? Reserves is never getting subtracted, so it is getting stuck in an infinite loop, so it is working. So we're gonna have to do two things here. Reserves minus equal place rate. Alright, so now it should be at least working. So that was totally my bad. Oops, I see that Unity is not running, so it has no idea what to do. So it wasn't Visual Studio or this plugin, it was me and my infinite loop that I introduced. I believe I told you to play, so I won't press you again. Oh, maybe I didn't. Nice. Kind of weird. At the same time, hey, look, that's... Actually, I should probably be doing that as I push it, like, you add sand. Oh, that'd be... Oh, that's how I do it. I'm getting there, though. So basically, this is supposed to be like a circle. It's kind of supposed to be the mound when you're done, you know, doing everything. But it looks weird. But it's giving me ideas for sure. So the more I dig, the more, if I go crazy, right, like this, and then let go, bam, so much sand. And I definitely need like some kind of mounding function. Shells. I need to grab some shells too. That would be a good thing to do. So, okay. Scooping works ish. We're definitely getting there. Progress is progress, and I love it. I can go ahead and add that texture back to the terrain so that it doesn't look so bland. But it's giving me idea. As I scoop, should make more sand go higher as I go. And that's how I might do the whole green thing, just to begin with, like, kinda, as I move my finger across, sand builds up here, but at a wider area. And maybe, like, it kinda, like, I don't know, I said kajigger, because that's what I was thinking from Futurama. The kajigger can do this, right? And then, like, the sand's not exactly uniform, you know? I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Alright, very, very interesting. Very interesting. As we move our finger, that's when we do everything. We bring down the sand, we lift up the sand ahead of us. Awesome. That's how we're gonna handle it. That's how we're gonna handle it. Okay, let me fix all these bars and stuff. Okay, yeah, what I was doing is I was trying to get the sand texture back on there, so I just add the texture, select the sand. Oh wait, that's something else. I really just wanted like the cookie sand. Trying to figure out. Was it that? Was it one of these? So we got sandpaper. I think I'm just gonna use that one. Okay. So much sand. Cool, but that's how you're gonna end up collecting sand too, so you can start placing it. You have to scoop it up like that. And like, I'm gonna subtract out the max amount you can hold in your hand, and then that won't be placed here. And it's just very interesting how it places it. And I think I get it too. I think it's like there's the deepest hold where you let go, and then like, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, instead of the reserves thing, I think that's how I'm gonna handle it. Like as you're dragging, it makes sand get pushed out. Alright, cool. So I'll write that in a notepad or something, and I think I'm gonna call it a night for today. Because I've been here for already, I don't know, an hour and something, and I try to keep this to an hour. So okay, everybody, had a great time. Hope you had a good time just watching. Let me know if there's anything I can do to improve this stream. Otherwise, I'm gonna go. You can follow me at ETdoFresh on Twitter. You can catch this video and all my past ones at YouTube/ETdoFresh. My playlist is ETdoFresh Season 1 of Unity3d. Season 1 is just going to be where I make Sand City. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and the link to the YouTube playlist is below me too if you're on Twitch. Okay, guys. See you around. Catch you next time. Bye. Blah, 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 blah.